What's going on, guys? NeluDaBear here, and today we're going to be unboxing the Logitech G920 steering wheel and pedal set. Now this is the steering wheel and pedal set only. It does not come with the 8 shifter, and I got it from Amazon for $238.99 versus the Logitech price, which they have on sale right now for $249.99. Now these prices may change as time goes on from when you're watching this video, but those are the prices I got it for currently. So we're going to start off, we're going to open it up, see what's included, show you guys what it's like to purchase a Logitech in 2020 and what it's like, and then we'll set it up and show you guys what the setup looks like after it's complete. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to cut the tape. It's a little cold, just came from the mail. So we got these 2 slits. Open up the box. Good packaging. What do we got here? So it just comes with a little bit of manual telling you about how to set it up, everything like that. And then we have what looks like to be the power brick. It comes in the packaging. There. So you get your power brick with a power cord. And then down at the bottom, I can get this out. You have the Logitech G920 pedals. We'll unwrap. Now, from the looks of it, just from the bare look, it is metal pedals. It's gas, brake, and clutch. They feel pretty stiff. Brake has a lot of dampening to it, but again, we'll do a further review once everything is set up. For now, we'll just put that aside. And then over here, get the box out of the way. We have the Logitech G920 racing wheel. So we're gonna get it out of its packaging. That's what's included. I'm just gonna make sure nothing else is in the box, which it is not, so we can get it out of the way. So here we have the G920, which is the model made for the Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC. It has all the buttons you would find on an Xbox 360, Xbox One controller, but is also fully compatible with the PC. I just chose this because obviously Microsoft, who makes Xbox, also runs PC, so the software is pretty compatible, but if you get the G29, it's the same thing, just different button layout. I'll put both options up on the screen so you guys can see what the differences are, and I'll put links in the description for both as well. So just off the bat, no force feedback activator or anything yet. 900 degrees of rotation in both directions. Obviously, the wheel comes with 2 metal pedal shifters, your regular standard buttons, your bumper buttons, your Microsoft Share button, and the Xbox button. And for that, that's pretty much it. And then once we get the wheel set up, we'll talk about the logistics of internals of the mechanisms that make the force feedback, and we'll do a review of how the wheel feels once we have it plugged into the game. Now, setting the wheel aside, we're just going to come back to the pedals as well, just so you guys can see those as well. We have the Logitech pedals, comes brake, gas, and clutch, like I said before. Nice little stand, good amount of weight, so it doesn't feel like it's going to come off the ground too often if you're not using a stand. And then down below, it does come with an option. If you press right there, it will deploy a carpet traction mount. So if you are playing on carpet, you can get a little bit more grip than hardwood floor using these little carpet grabbers, and that can be closed in as well. So we're gonna conclude that there. I'm gonna get this all set up and kind of cleaned up, and then we'll come back as soon as we get it ready, and we'll do a little bit of setup tour, and we'll get in game. are back. Now that we have gone over some of the visual elements of the G920, I thought I would also cover the software Logitech provides and some of the side features that the wheel comes with. As you can see, I'm using the G-Hub program that Logitech provides for their products, and this allows you to manage key assignments and some basic settings for the wheel, including spring strength and degrees of rotation. Now before we get deep into this program, I just want to go into some of the key points of the G920 that it does come with, including a locking feature on the desk clamp screws to allow for a secure fit and nothing's going to come undone. It also features some cable management channels on the bottom of the wheel so you don't pinch your cables. And it also comes with threaded inserts for those of you who choose to mount the wheel right to a stand and you don't need the use of a desk clamp to secure the wheel. So with that in mind, getting back to the wheel, I thought I would just quickly show you guys some of the settings I've been using. So you just go into the G920 software. This allows you to also manage macros, keybinds, certain actions and commands that the wheel can do. I haven't messed with any of this. I left it as default, but what I did change was I went into steering settings, changed the sensitivity to 50. Obviously you want to keep operating range at 900 and centering spring strength at 10 is what I have my settings on. I've been using it and I've enjoyed the feeling of the wheel. Now I do want to say I don't recommend changing the operating range from 900. Just keep it maxed out, and what I recommend you do instead is go into the game you're playing. If you do want to change the range for games like Formula 1 where they don't use full 900 degrees of rotation, and dial it back in the game and the wheel will adjust accordingly. You don't have to constantly go into the G-Hub app and change that, so don't worry about that. So after that, go into your spring. I left all my pedal sensitivities default at 50. They seem to feel perfectly fine, not crazy sensitive, not locking up the brakes in every corner, but also getting a good feel out of them in the car. Speaking of pedals, I also wanted to point out a change I made to the pedals. Upon starting my first game, I realized that I was just pushing the brake extremely hard, but the car wasn't slowing down at all. And I went into the settings and I tested the brake pedal, and I realized I was only getting about 75% braking off the sensor for the registration, and even though I was pushing the pedal down all the way and it couldn't go any further. So I did a little bit of research, reached out to the community, went through some YouTube videos, and I found out the brake pedal actually has a rubber stopper in the spring, so once you push the pedal down a certain amount, it hits that spring to simulate better braking, realistic wise, but in my opinion only made things really worse. So in the description below I'll provide the link to the video I followed to take the pedal set apart and actually remove that rubber stopper and restore what a brake pedal in my opinion should actually feel like. So to those of you who don't want to deal with that issue, that might be the factor that makes you kind of decide between the G920 or another brand wheel. That could be a breaking point for you guys. So I do recommend you do that, but I know it's risky to take apart a wheel, especially if you're not confident with that stuff. Let it be, but it is an issue that's well known, and I personally feel like it's a must to remove that. It did not feel right with it in it. So yeah. Now that we've gone over that stuff, and I've got my setup working and dialed, I've played games such as Dirt Rally 2.0 with it, iRacing, and Assetto Corsa. I'll spend the next week creating content with these games now that I've kind of figured it all out. And we'll come back after a week and I'll get the wheel back up and show you guys what the wheel looks like after a week of use. Anything I might have learned from the week of use, any complaints I might have, and also any changes I might have made. I have looked on forums, so I'm doing upgrades and personal kind of DIY changes to the wheel, so I might be investing some time to doing those. So I'll let you guys know after about a week, as long as the schedule works for video recording. So on that note, I want to thank you all guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me a lot and promotes me to do more content. And let me know down in the comments also if this video helped you decide if the G920 was the wheel for you, or if it isn't. Put down in the comments what wheel you decided to go with and what made you change your mind, or just put down what wheel you got instead. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.